Hello again, this is the Silver Saint, and all I know is that I know nothing.com. And Obama equals Bush. Now, a lot of you neo-cons and all you extremists will say the contrary because obviously you guys want to paint him as a socialist and as a peace-loving person and blah, 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 because obviously you guys want to get into power again, and you guys are doing a very good job at it. But the fact of the matter is that Obama is just another Bush. The war still goes on. Okay, the economy is still in the tank. The banks are still taking our treasure, and nothing happens. And Obama seems to be in favor of the death penalty, which I am too. But then again, a lot of neocons will say that liberals are not in favor of that, and also he is against the truth, as we can see by their prosecution of WikiLeaks. The way they want to stop the flow of information to reach the people. Okay, they just love to keep secrets. He also promised us, well, not really promised, because he never really promised. As a very good lawyer, he never really got himself into no binding contract. But he just sort of insinuated that he was going to capture Osama bin Laden. And did I say Osama? I apologize. Obama bin Laden. And did I just fucked up on that one too? Okay, Osama bin Laden. That's the guy, and who is still running. And as far as we know, he could be very well dead. So he's the same crap. Big corporations are stealing the money of Americans by building these nations that will never get to first base. The moment we leave these nations, they'll go back to the way they were, because that's their nature. The nature is to live like that and to have a system, the tribal system, and to fight, for power and for sand and for all that stuff, opium and all that kind of crap. And here we are, spending our treasure. And most important, spending our human treasure, great, brave American soldiers, in a forsaken place, in the name of freedom, which will never happen. Those guys don't know what freedom is. Those guys can never, most of those people are already billionaires running Afghanistan and running Iraq. They're billionaires, and we made them billionaires. What happened with all those billions that were lost and stolen? What happened to all that money that belongs to America, or actually belongs to China? It's very sad. It's very sad. But one thing we know for sure, and that is that it doesn't matter who you are, what you believe in, whether you're right or left or whatever, once you go into power, you are overtaken by the establishment. You start thinking the way the establishment wants you to think. Because when you go into those meetings, they will tell you everything you need to hear so you can make the decision they want you to make. And the voice of reason will be squashed. That's why guys like Ron Paul and Kucinich and Grayson are voice of reasoning in this country, but people are just blind. People in America, I hate to say this, but many of them have small brains. They can't grasp the bigger picture. They just can't see that America can be a superpower again. They just can't see it. It's sad. It's sad. But Obama is just like Bush. Nothing has changed, and nothing will change, no matter who we vote for. The establishment is too big. Government has become too big. And we need to fire 50% of federal, state, and municipal workers. Completely gone. We don't need so many. They shouldn't get those great great salaries with great benefits, with great everything, because the rest of America is not. Now, it's better to work for the government nowadays than it is to work for a lot of private companies. You make more money working for the government. And that was not the case 20 years ago. That was not the case 30 years ago. That was not the case 100 years ago. It's a racket, guys. You guys have to wake up. It's a racket. And voting them out of office is not going to work. We need to have term limits so these guys will not make this like a career. Yeah, I gotta go, man. This totally sucks.